Your individuality is sacrosanct. What's going on, everyone? You're watching Strength Addicts on all social media platforms, powered by IML. Make your mark with IronMagLabs.com. So, friends, I get it. You want to wear what you want to wear, say what you want to say, go where you want to go. It's freedom, baby. It's all about you. I get it. As I said at the beginning, your individuality is sacrosanct. It's your calling card. It's your MO. It's who you are. But if you're looking to be an influencer, to gain followers, to do right by the algorithm, because the algorithm is very powerful on social media. It can make you or it can break you. If you're looking for companies to want to work with you, you got to remember that bodybuilding, at least conceptually, is supposed to be a family-friendly sport. Meaning, parents that compete can feel safe having their children, whether they're children, adolescents, young adults, adults, in the audience. It means that if their bosses, for example, were to see it, that they will approve of it. You have teachers that compete. You have members of corporate America that compete. You have lawyers that compete, and doctors that compete, politicians that compete, and soccer moms that compete, soccer dads. So, without compromising your individuality, you should keep that in mind. That's why when Kai Green would guest pose in bondage gear, it would cause such a backlash, because it's bondage gear. And so, what I'm trying to say here, what I'm trying to dance around, is that a lot of you, unfortunately, you like to put out reels, whether you're training, meal prepping, posing, whatever, with some really, really out there music. Music that says things that make your content not family friendly. Now, we're not trying to make a Disney movie here, but I'm just trying to say, if you want to do right by the algorithm, you don't want to get action blocked, you don't want to get someone to report you, although people may report the most vanilla of songs, because those are haters, trolls. But generally, AI has come a long way where they can sort of, filter through the baseless complaints and hit the ban hammer, or, flag a channel or shadow ban you. That's the worst. You don't want to get shadow banned. And they can do that even with AI. When there's a song that's F this, F that, F this, F that, I'm going to kill this person, hurt this person, beat this person up. They can do that because AI is advanced enough where they can tell what that is. And, this isn't even so much about some of the, clothing or lack thereof that people like to use, because that's a different conversation. This isn't so much about promoting things or whatever. It's just the background music, so something that you could easily switch out the song for, or whether you use Spotify or iCloud, or not iCloud, iTunes or SoundCloud, whatever you use, a lot of the songs, even the really popular songs, have like a radio version or a tamer version, because ultimately what you want a lot of times is the beat, not so much the lyrics, but sometimes you want the lyrics too. I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is, if you aspire to be a fitness influencer, if you want to get them to sponsor you, or you want to get, them to sponsor you, and it could happen. Excuse me, it could happen. Then you want to be family friendly. You want, them, for example, Rode. Okay, they do the booms, okay? And I know you may think, why would Rode want to sponsor a physique-based athlete, a figure athlete, a bodybuilder, whatever? If you film yourself and you're using a Rode microphone to talk or to get your footage, it applies to what you do. This applies to what you do. This applies to what you do. You maybe get a sponsorship of Panera. You know, I obviously got to clean my desk here, you know, charging my camera as we speak. See? Maybe they'll sponsor you. I don't know. Thing is, they're not going to sponsor somebody. What else do I got here? I got a SanDisk chip. They're not going to sponsor somebody that is putting out content with music in the background that objectifies or denigrates women, objectifies or denigrates men, that promotes violence, that you know is just expletive after expletive, because ultimately they don't want to see you in their shirt. They don't want to see you drinking their drink or wearing their weight training belt with that music in the background, because a good influencer is somebody that their supporters think of when they think of X product. And X product does not want to be associated with the background music. The athlete might have a great physique, might be great to the fans, might not be a clock watcher, might be a good worker, but that song in the background could ruin all of it. And especially if the person could find a clean version of that song, there would be no problems. But more often than not, I am seeing more and more athletes, even athletes that I would consider to be respectable people, using music that maybe is hot, maybe is trending, maybe is going viral, but that just totally paints them in the worst possible picture. No company's going to want to be associated with that. Now, again, I understand that your individuality is sacrosanct. I understand that you want to be you. And you can be you. But you may not be able to be you on someone else's dime. They may not want you to be that you on their dime. And that is sort of a little bit of a disconnect that a lot of influencers struggle with. They struggle with their creativity versus the fact that they're working for somebody. And I know that a lot of influencers do not like that characterization, because they will say their sponsors aren't their bosses. They will say their sponsors don't tell them what to do. But in a certain way they do, because they're paying you so that you can be you. If they don't pay you, you got to go work at Walmart or a gas station or an office or wherever, but you got to work because they are making your lifestyle possible. So whether or not they are your boss or they're your sponsor, whether or not they tell you what to do, whether or not you believe you do what they say, you should keep them happy. That's good business because you want to keep that sponsorship. So all I'm saying is bodybuilding may have a lot of areas that are dangerous, risque, the gear, the food, the hardcore training. But it's still supposed to be a family-friendly sport. At least conceptually, that's what it's supposed to be. And if you choose music that goes counter to that, you are hindering your ability to make as much money and get as much clout as possible.